Hello, hello. Welcome to Watercolor Wednesday. And tonight we are going to be painting, we're going to do shadow painting. Now, this is a little paper carnation that I made here. You can kind of see how we're going to go with this shadow painting. I'm going to teach you this technique, but we're going to use our watercolors here. And I had told Martin that I wouldn't need this spray bottle. I don't need the spray bottle. My watercolor, honey, I won't. I'm just going to use this. No, I'm already doing this. You're too late. You're too late. You're too late. You're too late. He's going to go find it. Honey, I'm hydrating it with this. I really don't need it. I'm just going to hydrate the colors I need. I need a little bit of this. I need a little bit of this. I need a little bit of greens. Got into some blue. That's okay. Babe, I do not need it. I don't need it. Okay, I'm going to get my dirty water here. All my watercolor is at the other table now. But my other table, I have not put my stuff away yet. So I'm going to let this just sit and hydrate. Normally I spray this with a spray bottle. If you've ever watched before, you've seen that. Now, I'm going to do my outlining and tracing with this charcoal that Martin has made me. And I just spilled water here. Let me wipe that up. I'm going to just stick this out of our way. So you want a bright light source to do this. Make sure I got all my water up here. You want a bright light source to do this. And I'm going to actually, honey, bring me just a skinny round brush. My brush was not in here. Any skinny round brush. I thought I was organized, but I'm not. I'm using Van Gogh watercolors. This is the paint set that I'm using. You use anything. And I just might play around with these tonight. These are Van Gogh watercolors that they're really cool. They're in tubes and they're really cool colors. There's silver, light gold. Thanks. This will work perfectly. This will work perfectly. Except it's glued on there. I like to find a brush this is my favorite kind of brush to paint with. It's a round. This is number 6. This is the perfect brush. And babe, I don't need the spray bottle for real. I've hydrated it. I've already hydrated it. Please just come back and read comments. Okay, any brush, my Van Gogh brush is not here. And this is how this works. You take a light source. I have a light above us here. And look, this is great. If you wanna draw something from a shadow, this is how you do it. Now you could, let me zoom you in here so you can really see. You can really see. This is a little flower that I made, and there's a butterfly on top. So the cool thing with this, you can move this around your paper. I could make a whole bunch of these flowers if I wanted to. These are great. This shadow painting is great when you're just starting to, or if advanced to beginner. You can put it anywhere on the page you want to. And look, when you turn this around, see that? You could do that with live flowers, but look at the butterfly there. You see how it makes the little perfect edge. That wing's bent down a little bit. I'll bring this wing down a little bit more. So now when you paint, you get a really good perspective there. Are you following along with what I'm saying? I hope. I hope so. Hey, there's Morton. Honey, that's you on there. And that's me on there. I didn't realize this was ours. Okay, so I was going to sketch out with the charcoal, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take my my dirty water here that I have.
Did you see that Kale
This
shared
dirty
some
water.
of the charcoal with a teacher at the VMFA in Richmond? Didn't they love it?
Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and just get in this dirty water. And we're going to paint a little shadow in the shadow.
Virginia Museum of Fine Arts. That's nice. I'm glad they liked it. Thank
Very
you.
cool. So now I'm just going to paint where my shadow is. Just going to paint this. A nice little line. And you can just outline it if you want to. Or you could take it and I'm just painting paint strokes the whole way along. And it actually really looks like a thistle more than a carnation, I think, at this point. But I like this little extra bit right out there and that little bit. I'm not going to put the butterfly in it, but I moved this. And then can you see that? We have our thistle is right here. So now I can come in with some green. Just drop it in. I think I am going to turn it into a thistle. I'm just going to pull this down, and you can do this with so many different things. So many different things you can do this with. It's awesome. I'm going to set that out of the way, but look, I'm going to take and move some more here, but I'm going to continue to paint this one while it is wet. While it's wet, I'm going to paint in here, and I'm just going to dot in some more color. And this is a great way, like I said, to really get your, and this isn't a real complicated one. I love doing this with branches. Is really a fun thing to do. And it's really good for mashing up stuff. So now a thistle, I know, has little bitey parts coming out here and there. Little nodules all over. I'm going to put those here. And just add some extra little extras there. Now let's come in here to this purple. It's a purpley blue. And you see how I've underpainted with the shadow. And look how pretty that's looking. You don't want to paint it totally solid. You want to have some light and dark. I'm going to zoom way, way in so you can see that effect. Can you see that? I'm going to take a little bit of the red, put a little bit of the red over here. Make that side darker. Let's let that dry. I'm going to come in and make a little bit of the, I want to make a little reddish purple for up here. And I just want to go in here lightly. See how the paint finishes off here.
No, you never missed or waxed in any previous paintings, and I can't read the name because it's white.
Yeah, I didn't wax paintings tonight because I've moved everything. Everything is moved. Everything is moved. My studio is kind of in disarray right now.
Lacey, I know my heart says I couldn't read it because it was white on white.
So now I'm just sort of filling in some of the little feels for up here. And I'm going to pull this little one out that had been in the shadow because I really like that. And I'm just going to let this sit for a moment.
Lacey says the waxing is their favourite.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I did that. Now, see how the shadow, let me zoom you back out. How the shadow, you can create the shadow, and then I could make another one down here. You can turn it around and get the different feels. I'm not going to just keep doing the shadow tonight. You get the idea. So the shadow is a great way. The shadow is a great way to start. I'm going to come up here now, and I'm going to make some leaves. And I'm just going to, I have a round brush. I'm just going to pull this up here. And we want to make it get thicker at the bottom. We want to make it get thicker, but this is a thistle leaf. And I'm sure one thing everybody knows about thistles is they're sharp. Sharp, aren't they, Annie? So I'm going to make the points over this side a little bit darker. A little bit darker on that side, and just sort of let them run together. Just let those paints run together. I'm going to take that darker green, and I'm going to come right down on this side. Not everywhere, just little bits here and there.
Jill says, Priscilla, this is similar to doing a silhouette of someone's face.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Definitely. Okay, now let's put another up here. And again, if we would have got a branch or got something with the perfect shape on it, this would already be here for you. We're making a thistle-y shape, and I like to let the paint just sort of go into each other. And you don't have to don't worry about making perfect scalloped edges. They don't look like that. And that's a beautiful thing about when you use something like this for your guide, you can really embellish it. I'm going to bring that up here. You can really embellish it any way you wish. No right or wrong way, is there, honey?
Lucy said this is so pretty.
Thank you. I'm just going to put some points over here. I had painted a thistle once that I shared on Facebook, and Morton's cousin said, you need way more thorns, because they are thorny. So we're going to put in those thorns to start with. I'm going to take this green. I'm going to bring this up here. That paint's not quite dry enough yet. We're going to build on that. It feels very good to be painting, honey.
Mm.
Morton and I have been having a lovely, lovely day. We went to Sunbury. We did not get to cut our glass. It was a silly little mix-up. We couldn't figure out how you get the water coming onto the machine, and it was as simple as you fill it with a bucket. Morton asked me at least 10 times, do you think you fill it with a bucket? And I didn't want to break it. I said, I don't know. I didn't think so, but you did.
Everyone loves Eeyore loves thistles.
Eeyore does love thistles. I love how thistles smell. Sorry, I got you way out of the picture.
If I remember correctly, you can actually eat thistles.
You can. Thistles
the
are
spiky stuff
thistles
off
are
them.
super healthy for you.
Thistle tea and everything.
I'm just putting some little thistles here. And I don't know how to tell you this other than tell you this. To paint 3D, just paint what you are seeing. Just paint what you are seeing. See how these little guys, you don't just want to put them one way, right? And having a model to look at is a good thing. So if you get an artificial thistle or a real thistle, doesn't matter. I'm gonna put some of these little stands up here too, because the thistle has a bunch of that going on. So now here, we're almost dry enough. I'm gonna take, and this is a time-consuming process, but it's worth it. I'm gonna take, and you see the teeny tiny little points that I'm putting on this? Can you see them? Oh, no, you can't. Sorry. I'm so sorry. If I get out of frame, please tell me. I'm just tapping these all along. These are our little thistly hairs. And I like to go along the edge, and then I like to come in, and I like to make them every which way, because they really do go every which way. So you can you see the detail as opposed to the one that does not have the detail yet? There's a big difference, big difference. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm putting a darker paint on here because it was lighter paint. And you just want to go super thin. Super thin, hardly touch it, just like pretend you're touching it. And I like to come the base of the thistle and out, the base and out. I don't go in and out because the thicker part is to the bottom where you first touch your brush. So I might make some look a little bit bigger. And this is a process that takes ages. But this, I can also tell you, is very therapeutic. Can you see that? See how
Sheila
that's
says,
looking?
happy spring evening, everyone.
Yes, happy spring eve. Oh, and we had a glorious day today, didn't we, honey?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely beautiful out. I got to have lunch with Morton. Tomorrow we're going to West Virginia. Little road trip to West Virginia. We're going to Wismich Glass Company in, I think it's in Paden, West Virginia. It's about 5.5 hours. We're going to spend the night there tomorrow night.
Every time you say West Virginia, that song jumps into my head.
Almost heaven, West Virginia. We'll be singing it tomorrow.
Take me home country road, isn't it?
Yep. Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. It's so beautiful. It'll be beautiful. And I bet you we see a lot more spring in West Virginia. So you don't want to make these where they all look exactly the same. We're dealing with nature here, kids. We're going every which way. Every which way with these. And you see how long it's taking, but it's worth it. Then as these little ones dry.
Man, it's blizzarding where Lacey is, you know, huh?
Oh, when these little ones dry, look, this one says, don't touch me. This side says, I'm smooth. So when this dries, I'll come back over here. But we're going to do a little bit more on this side. Get your brush. You'll figure out how wet you want to get your brush. I'm going to actually come up here because this stem is covered with little jaggers too.
Lacey says it's a trick.
It is a trick, yeah.
That's what they did to the Vikings. Sneaked them in and they stabbed their feet.
Yep. They look beautiful. Oh, I'm thinking I'm going to paint a little hedgehog under here. What's everybody think?
But says
A little
Watercolor
hedgehog?
Wednesday.
Little hedgehog sitting under the thistle? Because he looks like a thistle as well. I'm going to make some of these bigger. Because some of these little spikies are definitely bigger on the stem. Just gentle little upstrokes. And these spikes go the whole way up here. They go the whole way up here. Make that one a little bit bigger. Let's pull some little spikes out on all these. Look at that. Pulling the spikes out. Can you see what that does? When you pull the spikes out, oh my goodness. That is what we're going for. Spiky, spiky thistle. Make this one extra spiky. I love that. I love how that looks. Oh my goodness, that's looking great. I was telling somebody the other day, I was saying about like I love selling other people's artwork because I don't sound like a weirdo when I say I love that, but I love that. Love your art. If you don't love your art, I don't know. I don't think it's bragging. I think it's just loving what you do, and I love that. I think I'm gonna let this a white background. I've been doing a lot of graphic stuff, and I've been doing a lot of it with white backgrounds, and I always feel, maybe you feel like this too, I always feel like I have to cover every little bit on my paper. But I think a lot of times it's better if we don't. What do you think, Martin?
Mm-hmm.
Like if all the paper is covered or just a little bit? I'm going to put another big part of this leaf coming up here. Like this is breaking away up here. I think it's cool for the...
Thanks everybody for the gifts and the likes. Priscilla, can you see them? It's like, keeps up coming up saying, like Sheila just got the number 3 gift badge and things like that.
Thank you.
And
And
other
look,
people too, so thank you everybody.
look here, push down, pull up. Look how quick and easy you can make those little thistles. I love them. I love them. And you see, it comes to life. It comes 3D when we do this. And you really, like, I don't talk enough about technique. I apologize for that. I should be better at explaining it. But sometimes the more layers you put on, it's not always the case, but for this,
We learned from a little bit.
thanks a little bit, the more layers you're putting on like this, the better it gets. The better it gets. I'm gonna go in here and wet this brush.
Joanna
And you
says,
can-
hello friends, can't stay long, but I love you guys.
Oh, thanks. Love you too. I'm gonna come down here and do this part now. And I got the hiccups. And I'm gonna make some big thistles here. Or what are they called, honey? The jaggers, the thorns. Big thorns. This says, stay away, don't touch. I never know where to grab on one of these. Because everywhere is like dodgy. Some more paint, some more thistles. Can you see this? We just want it to be spiky. Spiky, spiky, spiky. And it's not for sure yet, but Morton and I next Thursday might be in New York City. Plans are constantly changing. I hope that happens. I'll let you know. I'll do a TikTok about where we're going tomorrow, because we're definitely going to West Virginia tomorrow. I will let you know. If you're in the area, it'd be great to meet you. Say hi. How
Thanks
you
for the
doing?
roses.
And now, can you see these ones that I'm coming back in here? I'm putting some bigger ones on there. I'm gonna get into my darker into my darker paint. I'm going to come over here and put some of these big guys on. I don't want to do them everywhere. That made a little face.
Joan, I can't read that. Joanita, I think it says just stay safe in your travels. I love seeing them all. And Miss Dana says, Mr. S and Danny Sagittarius says, hi guys.
Hello. Okay, so we're coming on. See how the other color looks here when we do this with the bigger ones, these bigger spikes. We're going for super spiky on this one. I'm gonna put some more spikiness out here. Like that's curved around spiky. I hear a sound like a tick, 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 tick. I hear a tick, 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 and it's Martin's little hedgehog in the kitchen dancing, isn't it, honey? Mm-hmm. And now he has a little Grogo friend, too. Babe, I think we ought to take off like early in the morning tomorrow. Like early. Like 5. Right?
Right.
Because that way we'll have time to visit, explore, all that good stuff. Can everybody tell this is a thistle? Can you tell that?
That ticking, the tapping the phone.
No, but I heard the tick, tick, tick of that little guy too.
Cheetah says, hey, hi, been watercoloring and still learning from you.
Yay, love it. And this one, like all of my watercolors, this will go up on our YouTube. I'm just going to put another line right down here to make this thicker at the bottom and touch this in. See how we just thickened up this and darkened this side?
Oh, that says indeed, love it.
Now I'm going to take some more green and pull out some bigger. It was too thin down there. We need all the little jaggers here. Okay.
Amy says you're so talented.
Go with all the jaggers. Thanks, Amy. Okay, so here I think I'm gonna put a hedgehog. Little hedgehog. Gonna rinse this off, get my green off. And I'm gonna come with a pale little color here. And I think I'm gonna make this little hedgehog this way.
Dan says that would be hilarious.
He looks green.
Pat says good evening.
He looks green, but don't worry. We're gonna paint over him.
Those hurt when you grab them, thistles.
Yes. Hedgehogs have cute little legs, don't they, honey?
With long legs.
Yeah, they have very long legs.
Stinging nettles are worse though.
Okay,
That's where we're lucky in Scotland. We didn't have the poison ivy, but we've got stinging nettles, but they only last for a couple of hours and they don't make like burny bits. Oh, Amy got number 47 on the team. Thank you.
Amy, thanks. So I'm going to put the face down first. I'm just putting a little bit of brown into this green to make the little hedgehog's face. And I'm going to take, this is all soaky wet, babe. Could you get me a dry paper towel? I'm sorry. I'm gonna take another little shade of this brown and put here too. Just to make the darker side the underside here. Just to give a little shadow here. Almost like a little triangle, like a little wedge here. See how this is like a little wedge? And then I'm gonna dab this up. Tear off a little bit of towel. That's perfect. Oh my gosh, that's just what I wanted. That couldn't have came out any better. So now I'm gonna take my brush and I'm gonna go in here for some dark brown. And we're gonna pop one little ear out on this side. A little dark ear on that side. We're gonna put one little dark ear on this side. Almost like a little backwards C.
Arnie's Van Venture says, "Hey Priscilla, beautiful
Hey.
Priscilla, lots of them here in Scotland. How are you
Oh
today?"
yes. We're doing great. How are you doing? So that's his back side of his ear. Now both of these, they're really dark. I want them dark. I'm gonna dab them. And then I'm gonna come back in here with a little bit more dark. Dab and darken. Dab and darken. And we're gonna put a little brown nose on our little friend. And we're gonna put a little smile. And we're gonna put a little hedgehog eye. I'm gonna leave one little part of it clear, without color on it. So it's a little, so it has a little light in it. And I might even lighten it up with a pen then too. Just a little sparkle. That's what I want. So this part of the hedgehog, I'm gonna go for his arms. And their arms are pink, aren't they, honey?
Mm-hmm.
Hedgehogs have little pink arms. So there's gonna be one on this side. And there's gonna be one on this side.
Oh my goodness,
Well, they're
he's
feet.
so cute, says Arnie.
They are feet. I'm gonna call them arms. I'm gonna dab that because I want them to be really, really subtle little arms.
Cole says, in California we have the cobweb thistle. It's white leaves stalk
Oh,
covered in fibre with a red bloom. That sounds nice.
that sounds beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm out of white, so I can't really
Is
get
there any
that.
titanium in there?
No, those are kind of metallic-y colors. This is good, honey. This is good. No, babe, just bring me my white pen. One of the white pens. That's fine. I'm dabbing colors till I get it kind of right. I don't want to make him that. Oh, I like that. Babe, honey, I'm really, really good. I promise. Promise. Okay, we're going to put. That's so dark right here. I'm going to come up here. That's way too dark. Just going to leave a little space there. I'm going to just take my brush and get this going here and move some of this paint because it's way too dark. Just make your brush wet and grab a hold of the dark spot and we can pull that back. Just grab the dark stuff. You see how we're pushing it right over there. And I want to give him a cute little rounded shape here. Maybe like right to here. Honey,
No.
I'm good now. Thank you. But you gotta stop. That's... Oh, Martin. I'm just gonna smooth that up there. I'm gonna bring this down here. We gotta put one more leg on him. You won't see his other leg, but I want to round this up to get him feeling like he's a little round critter.
You're inspiring Colt to paint the thistles.
Yay, do it.
And Jess says hi, Priscilla, Morton.
Hey, Jess.
And Tabitha says good evening.
Good
I was
evening.
looking for pens, Gail. Everything's been moved and I can't find anything.
I'll organize it after we come back from West Virginia. Okay. This, I'm really happy with this. I'm going to dab this just a little bit. Just up here, just a little bit. Not going to dab the whole part. I'm so happy with that. Okay, now let me get some more.
Truly's waving and Jess says love the thistle too, he's so cute.
I'm going to get just a little foot here. Their feet are pink. That's red. That's too red. Let me see if I can't get the...
This thistle almost looks like it's waving and should have a face on it.
I don't have like a pink or a white here.
Morton, are you smiling today? I don't know, I can't see my face.
Morton was... I just put a video up with Morton singing when we were having lunch. Morton was... Oh my gosh, Morton was in rare form at lunch. Weren't you, babe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm going to start with my lighter brown. A little bit lighter brown. I'm going to come back in here. I went with a darker brown. Back in here. Because this is the bottom part of them, so we won't...
Gail says singing with a pickle.
Yep. Just two little country kids outside misbehaving. Okay, that part I'm going to dab. And these are going to be my under bits. We still have to put all of our hedgehog fur on. So I'm just sort of getting a circle-y feel. We gotta let this dry good and proper. We gotta let that dry. Now, I'm thinking...
It was that fantastic Bruceage, you know.
Yeah.
It was really nice, actually. I can't even remember what it was called.
Morton, you were
IPA.
so happy when Morton said, I'll try that. And she pulled out a little sample and gave Morton a sample of it, didn't she?
Yeah, especially when I looked at it and I thought, that's a mighty small cup of beer. It was a sampler cup.
I think that might now be your favorite place around here. Mightn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. It's fun sometimes to just do that. Life's too short to not just have fun little moments. You gotta have them. So I'm painting the grass smooth. I want to make a contrast of super smooth grass against spiky little hedgehog and spiky little thistle. That's what I want to do. So we're gonna have a nice, lovely, smooth little contrast here. And I'm just doing that by just taking my brush sideways. Pulling it straight along.
Brenda
See
Lynn
that?
loves the hedgehog's face.
Thank you. That's a little sweet, Hedgie. Okay, I think I might make another hill that's
Yeah,
in the
the more I
back.
look at that thistle, it looks like the green bit is a green beard, and it should have, like with shocking purple hair, and it should have eyes and a nose.
Should it?
Yeah, it's like it's waving its hands at the hedgehog.
It does look like it's waving. I'm gonna make another little green bit back here. And I want to be careful not to lose the edge of my thistle. There's a little rolling hill back there. Remember when I said you don't have to paint the whole thing all the time? So I'm basically painting the whole thing now. Nice crisp little line there going.
Jess, his thistles are all over in South Louisiana. People have been making thistle salads.
Nice. I'm going to take this and darken up this little spot right down here.
Yeah, I don't know if thistle was native to America or was brought over by accident.
It's probably a native thing, but I truthfully don't know. I'm loving the mountain. Now we got to do the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain. On the other side of the thistle. I'm going to start up here with the dark. Take it right up to the thistle and see how it naturally gets lighter as you're going. And if I feel like I went too far into this and I don't have enough definition, I could dab that, or
Right.
I could dot it with white.
Pat says you always inspire me to start painting again, and Brenda Lynn was asking, did you get to use the Wazer?
No, the Wazer, we could not figure out how to get the water on it, so we were waiting till somebody who knew how to use it because we don't want to break it. Saturday or Sunday, we're going to use it. Saturday or Sunday. I just dipped my brush. Gonna bring that bit up here. Green on green can be tricky. And I want to show like some little.
The live on Wednesday always starts, well, usually starts at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, 5 o'clock. And then this replay will go up on our YouTube. I love how that looks. That just gave it grass. Look. Can you see that? That just gave it a grassy texture. I'm happy with that. Now I think I'm gonna, because this is Scotland that we're talking about here, I think I'm gonna come up here with purple. What is this honey grown back here? This isn't thistles. The heather?
Mm-hmm.
Right down.
Lavender.
Let's call it the heather.
Could be both.
Could be both.
Pat's going to put it on in their phone.
Yay! And our replays will always be on our YouTube channels. Always, 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 always. And tomorrow we have a field trip, kids. We're going to West Virginia. I didn't even look at the weather. I hope it's going to be beautiful. This I'm gonna dab just a little bit around here. Yeah. That cleared that off. Oh, yes.
We
Yes.
had our dinner when we were out this afternoon, Gail.
Yeah, we
We had like a
probably won't eat
mid-afternoon
again.
lunch.
We'll probably just have like a little bit of a girl dinner. How did I get green in the sky?
Because you were misbehaving. Yeah, the lunch was excellent.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. Honey, you are perfect to go on a date with. You know that. Martin is so funny. We had a hoot. I'm gonna go with a little bit darker. I'm gonna start
Lisa says, yay, hedgehog.
I'm gonna start the little bit darker back here. Oh, that's a pretty color. I'll paint right up to here. And make that a little bit darker still. You can go in with a sample if you want to.
Catherine says hello.
Hello, Catherine. How are you? And I'm gonna take this one like this because we're making some little mountains back here. Making some mountains.
Truly says
Just water.
watercolors. Brenda Lynn says, not right. I don't know what that means. Oops. Oh, it's little feet, says Lisa. Matty, the Frenchie and Paul says, howdy y'all. Hi there.
Hello. How's everybody doing? How are you doing on this lovely Wednesday? We have had spring weather here. We have had a fantabulous day. I'm just going to put some texture feels in here like this because I'm going to dab this back here.
Lisa collected hedgehog ornaments as a child.
Oh my gosh. I love that.
Nat says, at Brenda Lynn, yes, I got tingles. Love hedges, says Lisa.
I
We have
love
spring
it.
weather in Massachusetts, says Donna.
Oh,
Decorating for Easter, says Sheila. Oh, what's
love it.
that? That's weird.
What happened?
That's doing one of the, it's like, you know, in the car when you ask the car to do something.
Oh, you mean your phone is?
Yeah.
I thought you meant the TikTok live was.
It's like an A command, but it's no A. But you know, in the car, when it's the
Yeah.
command. Lisa's half Scottish. Matty says the plumeria plant's growing nicely outside, so I'm happy.
Oh, I love that. I'm gonna take another green. I'm gonna put a green swatch back here.
Our so creative says not.
And I think the green is gonna look good against our little hedgie. And his face is plenty dry now. I don't have to worry about it bleeding in. Just a little water now. Just a little water here. Don't be afraid to use some color. Have some fun. Enjoy it. Enjoy the process. So I got the darker at the back. I'm going to take another little piece of paper, crumble, and I'm going to dab right around his nose because we want that to come up to make him really pop off of there. And see there where it didn't come up down here? I'm just going to make this wet again. And now it should lift up. Yeah.
It's made it look like a lilac road now. With a purple field above it.
I would like a lilac road.
See on you've got the
Like
the
this
bottom
one,
strips,
yeah,
it looks
yeah.
like a road now with a
Okay.
purple field at the top. That's lovely, says Lisa.
I'm gonna go with a mixed up color. It's kind of a color that's just painted here with all the colors on my paint at the bottom. I'm gonna put one more up and then we'll go with the blue sky. Just there. And I'm happy with that now. We got a little valley going back in there of color. Okay, let's get on these. How are we doing on time, honey?
It's 5:52.
Oh my goodness.
Lisa says this has made me smile and made my evening.
Yay. Yay, let's put his little prickles on him. Mr. Prickles, honey, you have Mr. Prickles beside you. Show everybody. Pop him over here.
Mr. Prickles and the snail.
Look, there's Mr. Prickles. Look at him. Look at his long legs.
Doesn't have the artist's name on that, does it?
I got that in England.
Sandringham.
Yep. I got that at the Queen's.
And they did the usual
The Queen's
clever
house.
thing. Look where they put the price sticker.
Yeah.
Right over where it probably told you who painted it.
So I'm just putting lots of little hairs here now on our man. And you'll feel,
Pat shared the live, thank you.
you'll feel when you're doing this, you'll feel when you're done.
Nearly 10 o'clock for Lisa.
Oh,
Must be in Britain.
yes.
Oh, clocks must have changed on Sunday there.
Well, no, it's nearly 6 o'clock here. We started at
still
5.
4 hours. Love it, Priscilla says, Jess.
Thanks. Putting a little fur up here.
I don't know what they call them in hedgehogs. It's tines or porcupines, isn't it?
I don't know.
Lisa's outside of London.
Nice. I stayed in, what was the name of the place I stayed at? It was down by, it starts with an F, I think. I want to say Fulham. It's by where the studios are, Riverside Studios, for where Doctor Who was filmed. Well, in the olden days, I don't know about now. Probably not there.
Teesside,
No,
Thames Valley Studios, Fulham.
that Fulham, yeah, I think it was.
It's 4:53 in Louisiana, 2:54 in California.
Love it, love it. I'm putting little teeny tiny dots and pulling them ever so slightly to get our little hedgehog textured. And something like this, there's nothing for it but just to paint them. You can do strokes like that. See how that looks kind of like fur. Well, his little quills, whatever they are.
I don't know
You
if they're
gotta-
quills, titans,
I'm gonna
spikes.
darken his eye up just a little bit right there too with this. Look at the colors.
Pat says, I just sent you to my friend. We do art together. Her husband is in the hospital. Tell him to get
Oh.
well soon.
Yes, speedy recovery. I'm gonna take that and put that around that ear too. I'm holding my breath as I'm doing this. Do you ever hold your breath as you do art? Do you hold your breath as you do anything, honey?
Mm-hmm. Lisa says it could be French but I think it was more than probably Fulham.
Yeah, I think it's in London. And,
Pat says, thanks, this is relaxing, but next week I am
Okay.
going to paint with you.
yay! Is anybody painting with me? Has anybody got their hedgehog going?
Oh, okay, says Lisa.
I'm just putting all of this. I'm gonna leave that part maybe open. Like it's the different color, texture. I'm gonna use this dark down here.
Riverside Studios.
Let me see the address.
Oh, it doesn't tell you on the front.
It will.
The inside cover.
This is where I was. This is who I saw. My friend Brooke, Caroline Aaron is amazing, Mary Lou Henner, and Melanie Mayron. And you see me talking about Mayron's goods. That's Melanie. There has to be.
Yeah, you would think it would be on the inside cover, maybe.
Here you go. Things to do. Here we go. Riverside Studios. That's where I was. But I think the area was called, I thought it started with an F. Can you see that? Thanks, babe. It was so much fun. I'll go back again. So I'm just doing this here to give him a little bit of shape so we can see his little leg spot here. Like that's his little hind quarter. And then this, I'm just gonna put some little dip dabs in here. I used to try to do photorealistic paintings and they just made me go crazy. I respect people that can do that. I can't do that anymore. This painting that I just spent an hour on, I would spend 100 hours on a painting. Sometimes even longer. Oh, it was not good.
Lisa says, hey, you're giving him hips.
Yeah.
You're
Now
so
I'm
good,
just
this
gonna-
looks brilliant.
I'm just gonna fluff this out now. That's just for a little texture. Don't be afraid of hurting your brush.
Sheila
You
says I
can't.
was a super fan of 30-something in the late 80s.
Oh, then you know Melanie. Melanie is an amazing person. I didn't put anything in the sky, and I think I'm gonna leave the sky just like that. I think we're done, babe.
Catherine says mine doesn't look like a hedgehog.
I think we're done.
Somebody's trying to finish a butterfly.
And I just really wanted to impress on you that, look, this is how we started with this shadow here. See the shadow? And we could have put more in, we could put, oh, and you can make these bigger or smaller. Look, you want it bigger? Pull it away and it gets bigger. Smaller. See that? Try shadow painting. You're gonna love it. If we'd wanted to put a butterfly in there, we could have put a butterfly right there. He's just admiring this, and everyone has said this should have eyes. So let's make that happen. Let's go right here with a little bit of white gel pen. Little white gel pen. This one's dried. We'll put very subtle little eyes right here. Very subtle little eyes. And a smile.
Beautiful, such a great idea. Amy got the #1 gift badge, thanks.
A little smile. They're admiring each other. So you can see the eyes if you look, but you don't have to see the eyes if you don't want to. The magic's there if you want to see it. What do you think of the little hedgie? I love him. And the
Adorable, says she
jaggy
said
thistle.
yes.
Thistle and a hedgehog, yes. And I tried to make it feel like
Love
it's
says that,
you could go way back into this picture. But I do love his little face and his
great,
little
says
hands.
Love it, says Brenda Lynn.
Thank you.
Love it, says
And
Mike
look at this. This table was totally cleared off before we started. It does look like a field of lavender back there. It probably is. Honey, switch that light off there and let's see it in natural light.
That one's off.
Oh. Oh, that one's super bright. I have this for the bright light for our shadow painting. Here, I'm going to give this to you. You turn that off. That's how he looks in the natural light. I always think paintings look best in the natural light without the glare. Best friend moved to Ireland and has a hedgehog. Oh, that's lucky.
Comes to visit them.
I love it. We could call this one New Friends or Prickly Friends. Right, Morton? Babe, if you don't shave soon, you're going to be in this picture too. I told Morton today he needs to shave. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad. Have you had a great Wednesday? I hope you have. I hope you learned something.
Just noticed the thistle face. How cute, said Asia.
Well, and I really, really hope that you're gonna give watercolor a try. Watercolor can be very fun, easy. Don't be intimidated by it at all. You've had fun. Yay! This live will go up as soon as I can put it there, as soon as the sweet little TikTok lets me put it there. It'll be up on our YouTube. And we're going to jump off because we got to pack. We're going to West Virginia tomorrow for the night. And we will be back here on Friday night, yeah? So we probably won't do Friday night fusing. We won't because we'll be back way too late. But we are going to take you to this cool glass manufacturer in West Virginia. So the replay will be on our YouTube. Go watch it there. Everybody have a good night. Martin.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks for reading comments. And bye, everybody. Thanks for all the gifts. Thanks for hanging out. See you later. Bye for now.